All right. Let's talk about the very sad chapter, the crows, the earthen crock, because in this chapter we had been introduced to Wndrfl, a crow that had been part of a ruling family that had been kind of governing the crows of like, okay, we're not going to be thieves, we're not going to be robbers, we're not going to be little murdering fuckers, and had cared well for the people, very, very patriarchal. Unfortunately, the crows had fallen in with Wndrfl, and had become all those things. Had become, just really malevolent crows. And Wndrfl, appeared to just be a fool. That's the way he acted, and Wndrfl, as a result, kind of took him on as a kind of a court jester and didn't, perhaps view him as a political rival. But throughout the story, where they have kidnapped Thimbletot as a deal with Smirefox, Smirefox is like, you bring Thimbletot here, Niles, he'll open the clasp, and then all I ask is you give me Thimbletot because I want to fucking kill the little fucker because he's ruined my life. I've been banished from the foxes. And so they do this. Wndrfl is the one who lets him ride, gives him some good advice, and in the end, Thimbletot just pulls out. It happens to have, I can't remember. I think he got the knife from the crock pot, holds it out, and Wndrfl rushes at him, and the knife goes through his eye, and he's killed. And Wndrfl becomes the king of the crows, or at least he tells him this. At which point, Smirefox bursts into the cabin where he's hidden him and kills Wndrfl, who was, for a very brief thing, Garm Whitefeather or something like that, and kills him, which is like, that's older children's lit for you. It's like, oh, we have this whole story arc with this guy, he's finally redeemed, and he dies. Jesus Christ. Which I guess is a way of tying up the story. It's also just, man, they were going to have a good ruler, which, I know patriarchy and all that stuff, but it would have been good. They would have a good leader. They had an election, so he's kind of more of a leader than he's a king. Though I think it's election for life, really. Yeah. Niles gets out of the cabin. He starts a fire with a match to kind of drop burning stuff on Smirefox, drives Smirefox off, but unfortunately sets the cabin alight. He rushes out because some children have opened the doors, and he rushes past them because it's just fire. But he knows he needs to stay close to the children, and then he recognizes the children. These small land children are the same small land children, we've heard about them before, that he met in his place, and they'd helped kind of tending goose flocks. And it's good day, Osa Goose Girl, and oh, good day, Little Mats. Little Mats being kind of annoying, and Osa Goose Girl being a little bit older, and big sister of Mats, as someone he definitely is interested in. And it's like one of the sadnesses of not being a human being. And he tries to greet them, and they're scared of him, and he becomes overwhelmed by shame. He noticed their terror and remembered who he was. And then it seemed to him nothing worse could happen to him than those children should see how he had been bewitched. Shame and grief because of he was no longer a human being overpowered him. He turned and fled. He knew not whither. Now, luckily, he happens to run into the goosey gander, his white goosey gander that he's been doing this trips with, jumps on his back, and they take off, and in all haste, which is a good idea because Smirefox burned. Now Smirefox is somewhere about there and probably wants to kill him. He's the Khan. What's the that was the name of the tiger in Rudyard Kipling's works. There was the baddie as well, and very much the kind of the same Sira Khan. I can't remember what the name of the tiger was, but it's the same kind of idea of this relentless pursuing figure that's coming for Niles. All right, I'm going to leave it there. More videos later.